All right, everyone, this is the thank you reading for the month of June 2022. I do these every month. Sometimes like last month, I'm a little late, but right now it's June 2nd. So what the hell? Here we are. It's a thank you reading I do. It's a special reading. Whatever, I let the universe tell you what it wants. I do different readings each time. This time I just put it out to the universe. What does it want my viewers to know? Okay, most of you are here for soulmate cycles and things like that or whatever, but this could also be a singles read. If you want it to be, it could be your soulmate, it could be something else that's around you. I don't know. We'll find out. I got a pre-shuffle. It's a thank you read for anyone who's seen fit to give me a nickel for anything I do around here. It is for donors. It's for people who get extended readings. And now, new to June 2022, subscribers. Because subscribers actually help sort of boost the channel in their own way by giving it a little more power in the searches, if you will. It gives the channel some importance to the search engine, to the algorithm. That being said, it's for subscribers too. I appreciate all subscribers, and I appreciate everybody that has ever, again, given me a nickel for anything I do around here. It's very kind, the donations and the extended purchases. So let's get right to it. It's a general reading. It's your thank you reading for the month. Every month I do one of these. They're usually pretty solid. The universe appreciates all that kind of support and stuff too. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. Well, you're certainly at this reading for a reason. This reading is timeless, so whenever you find it, just like all the monthly thank you readings, so when you find it, you're meant to find it. So what's my pre-shuffle here, my little pre-read when I talk to the universe? Well, the universe wants to tell you, my viewer, the divine feminines, most of you, or even some enlightened divine masculines that come here. That said, they want to tell you about a Queen of Wands. It's the affecting energy crossing a Nine of Swords. It goes the Nine of Swords crossed by the Queen of Wands. It's the affecting energy here. It wants to tell you about Fakey McFakerman, a Queen of Wands, a storyteller, the king or queen of the cover story, right? Who's a little bit upset right now. Upset with themselves, I don't know. It's an energy that's around you. You're probably picking up on it. Don't let it put you in this Nine Swords. All right? Don't. This is somebody here who's been hanging back in the shadows. This could be your soulmate. For most of you, it probably is your runner. All right? Because I know I pulled an epic Leo reading today, and my God, I can see the changes in the energy that's happening. It is what it is. We'll find out more as we keep pulling readings this week and next week, of course. But somebody's in the shadows. It could be somebody who got a crush on you at work too. It could be somebody who likes you. There's a lot of love here. I don't have a card that really backs that up, but there certainly is some admiration. I can feel the love that's here. I can feel somebody's been pretending, and it's getting tough. It's getting tough for them to hold back. All right. It's somebody here who wants to get themselves single and free to pursue, or wants to find themselves. I think they're finding themselves through you, through the connection, through the energy. I really do. I feel it that way. Whether they're seeing it that way or not is another story. It doesn't matter. It's happening to them and around them, whether they like it or not. But this is the energy that's around you. All right. And if it is somebody at work that has a crush on you, you're keeping them up at night. Okay, let's shuffle the deck here. Let's see what it wants to tell you. I don't even know what kind of reading I'm going to pull here. I have no idea. I may pull this Cure for Cancer style, where I get 5 cards from the bottom, the affecting energy. It's a very powerful reading, and 8 cards up top. So basically, the 5 cards at the bottom are the room that we're living in, the air, this energy, whatever it is breathing. And up here are the cards of how they're acting in that room. So, the energy, the affecting energy might be love and coming towards you. They might be behaving a fool. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's shuffle the deck. I have no idea. Or they could be going with the flow. If this shows me, if there's a match, that means they're flowing with the energy, and that's good. Well, that's the way people start banging. You can flow with the energy. Go with it. All right, here we go. Don't say you're not coming out to the car with me. Come on. Go with the flow. Let's see here. Let's pull on this energy. Let's see what we get. I'm using the little animal deck here. It's a powerful little deck. I don't use it as the main read too often. Why not? It's a special reading. A thank you reading, if you will. I do appreciate it, by the way. It's very cool. The affecting energy, base card, 6 of Wands. It's transformative energy. We've been seeing that. It is. You know, I pulled the Leo reading earlier today, and I purposely didn't use a deck that I used in the Leo reading. I did not touch this deck. I'm grabbing the deck, and I'm getting a lot of that reading here. So a lot of you might want to watch that Leo reading. Honestly, it doesn't matter what your sign is. You're all part of a cycle. You should be watching all 12 signs to get the full picture. There could be one thing in each sign that I say that means something to you. I'm telling you, I'm getting this same energy here because I got this 7 of Cups. I got transformative energy. I've got the 7 of Cups. I got more transformation. I got the Wheel of Fortune. And what's that? 3. I got the 2 of Pentacles. And I've got the 10 of Cups. I'll show you the 6th card. Just because you can kind of see it anyway. It's the 7 of Pentacles. I don't put it down on the table as part of the affecting energy, but it is affecting the affecting energy. It's the next card in. There's something happening right now. I see this all the time. And whether it's the soulmate cycle or some creepy person at work that has a crush on you, whatever the case is, they're waiting for the right moment. You know, I say creepy person because I had a picture in my head of someone you work with, like waiting in the elevator for you to go out to your car, wait for you working like as some kind of parking garage scene or something like that. It's creepy. You know what? Just go talk to people. Don't sneak up on somebody in a parking garage. That's fucked up. All right, that's how Dateline starts. You know, almost all of them. Okay. Anyway, something about the timing here. And what's happening here is the energy around somebody is transforming. But it's a little different than the Leo reading per se. What's happening is their circumstances are changing in this particular case. It's sort of like, I'm not saying somebody died. I'm just saying it's sort of like when somebody dies, it really makes you think. Like if you ever lose a parent, you'll realize you'll start to get in touch with your own mortality. That's often that's often something that happens very often. This Wheel of Fortune here, things are flipping around for this person. It's giving them some perspective, but they're creating some kind of. There's also an energy of confusion. It's creating options for them, but the person is frozen in the options with the 2 of Pentacles here. So the affecting energy is one of change, but also there's some sort of barrier to success. You understand what I'm saying? It's like you want to do something, but I can't because of this. Okay? Whatever it is. I don't know if it's an excuse yet. It might be. But whoever this energy is, which for most of you, it's your runner soulmate, I'll be honest with you. It's not the creepy person you work with waiting for you in a parking garage. But either way, it can be. It can be. Whoever this is thinking about you, is dreaming about you a lot. And what happens when we do that, you have to be careful about daydreaming about things because it can build up expectation within you. And then when you're not dreaming, the real world hits. And you know, it's like if they're daydreaming about coming up, they're getting the bravery up, right? They're daydreaming about coming to ask you out. And in their daydream, they're driving a Ferrari, a really high-end Ferrari. And it's their car. It's always been their car, and you know it's their car. So you know it's a big deal. They're all proud of their car. It's a Ferrari, but you know that's fine in the dream. But what the energy is telling me here, and this is just an analogy for it. But what the energy is telling me here is when they come back to the real world and come out of the dream, they actually just drive a '74 Pinto. There is no Ferrari, so the gumption to go do it kind of slows down a little bit, something like that, right? You could see that as well as somebody who has a crush on you at work or something like that. You know, they start daydreaming about you at their desk and all that, and then they realize, then they catch a glimpse of themselves and realize, oh man, I don't have a chance in hell. Maybe not. That's on them, not you, for thinking that. You should never think you don't have a chance in hell in anything. Go for stuff. You don't ask, you don't get. What's on top here? So this is the energy we're working with. How are they behaving within this energy? All right, I've given you enough examples of what's here. Circumstances are causing this person to reassess. All right, we'll put it that way. Knight of Swords, King of Wands. What's crossing the King of Wands? I laughed when I threw that. Why? There's a dichotomy there. The King of Wands being generous. There's an energy of generosity, and then there's the King of Wands, which is ego and pride, incapable of unconditional love because they care more about themselves than the other person, as opposed to unconditional love, which would be caring more about the other person than yourself. I've got an energy here of they want to give, but they're becoming aware of their own limitations in a way. Okay, all right. Sort of like my Ferrari analogy, where they come out of the dream and they realize, oh yeah, I drive the '74 Pinto. Oh shit, it's not a Ferrari, is it? Yeah, in this person's dream world, because I can feel the affecting energy. You guys are already together. You guys are already together in the 5D, and if it's the soul connection I'm pulling on for you, which I feel very strong here for most of you. Very few of you, this is just somebody at work that has a crush on you. If it is, they're really dreaming about, I mean, like spank bang shit, seriously. What's bookending the Knight of Swords? I gotta see, yeah, 3 swords. See? Well, I say see. Well, I have to explain, I suppose. That's pain, right? This person, what's causing them, he's running in the other direction. Okay, the snake here, the King of Wands, they want to give. They want to give to this. I've got the 6 of Pentacles crossing the King of Wands, but they're still the King of Wands. They're still trying to keep up some kind of ego and puff themselves up a little bit. So what happens is there's something they have to tell you, but maybe about why they hurt you or about a past pain within them. But they're afraid to do it. They run away. This is very common now in the soulmate cycle in particular. All right. This can also be if it's that person who is at work that has a thing for you, just as an example. Doesn't have to be at work. It could be the someone at the grocery store you see sometime. Someone you don't know about, I think, maybe. But either way, even if it is if it is that person, it's more an energy of they get scared. They're scared that they're going to have their heart broken, so they probably put you on a pedestal of some kind. They see you as out of their league. All right, that's kind of what I'm getting here. I'm going to stick with you know what? I'm not. I'm going to go with the witches. Let's see what the witches have to say on this. If it's the soulmate connection, I think somebody is afraid of what you're going to say. That's the easiest way to put it. Okay, they're afraid of what you're going to say. When you find out, you know, because in their daydream, you got the Ferrari, they have the Ferrari, but in reality, they don't. And this person, they have put you on a bit of a pedestal. They're not sure if they can meet you on your level. And they're not sure if they didn't hurt you too badly originally. They're not sure about a lot of things. There's a lot of uncertainty here. Wishy-washiness. There's a tower somewhere in all of this. I'm not saying it's going to fall on the table. I can't predict a card, but a lot of this adds up to a tower because I know being wishy-washy in this energy is very bad. I do think if they can come out of their head, they might make a decision. Our final outcome will be clarified, but is basically the 3 of Swords, which can lead to communication. It's a strong card that ends the separation phase in the soulmate cycles. I'm not sure if it's the person at work, if that leads to communication, or if they just piss themselves and never try. But let's see. Knight of Swords, tell me about it. Yeah. It's a real burden. There's something they have to tell you. There's something they want to tell you. They want to explain something to you. If it's the person at work, because I got 2 energies here. You got like an admirer around you, and then for some of you, it's a soulmate. It's that runner. Okay. So I'll take it from the admirer first. It's a real, you're heavy on their mind. It's a real burden. They're afraid to talk to you, and that weighs on them. And then they feel like shit when they get home. And then they dream and they puff themselves up into the King of Wands, right? But then it kind of by the time they get to you, it kind of fades. If it's the soulmate connection, we've been waiting for the 10 of Wands. I said in June, keep an eye out for the 10 of Wands. I've been saying that. We've been waiting for that to break. There's something they have to tell you that's a real burden on them about why they hurt you, or how they were hurt, or why they were shut down. But this person needs to let go of their ego to do it. They need to let go of some image they're trying to keep up, right? It's like Fonzie crying in front of you, right? He'd be trying to keep up being Fonzie, hey. But really, what he needs to do is just break down and cry in front of a person, right? It's like that kind of energy. It's like they gotta put down the facade of the King of Wands and meet you on your level to explain some things. And it's a real burden. It makes them very nervous. It's heavy on their mind. It's something that bothers them. What's on top? 3 of Wands. Again, they're in and out. They're right on the edge. There's that cape of assholeness right there. They're afraid to get that cape wet. There's a lot of fear here. It's in part past pain inside them. Basically, there's an inferiority complex here. I mean, I'm trying to paraphrase for a large number of people, but there's an inferiority complex at play here. Anybody that needs to keep an image up has an inferiority complex. The universe doesn't reward this behavior. Honesty is rewarded, right? It says so in the Bible. It must be true, but it's true energetically. Physics tells you the same thing. So at the end of the day, this person here, there's some sort of inferiority complex that keeps them here. You're on this ship. You're on this ship here, and there's a lot of fun. There's gambling and all that kind of stuff. Topless. It's wonderful. But they're staying. They're just sitting there on the thing. I'm going to pull one more. Why is the Three of Wands here? Again, two horses of two minds. Fly in, run away. It's saying the same thing. It's wishy-washy. I read it. Rewind. I did. I read this as wishy-washy. It's about how is the Three of Wands on top of the Knight of Swords wishy-washy? Because I fucking said so. Because that's the energy that's here. I'll have to consider the Ten of Wands here too. They're scared shitless. Okay, you scared. I saw that with the Nine of Pentacles in the pre-shuffle that I showed you. There's a lot. There's someone's put you on a pedestal. All right, if it's that creepy person at work, right, who finds you in the parking garage, they're scared shitless to talk to you. I would be too. If I was lurking in parking garages, if I felt that low of myself that I can't just talk to you at the coffee machine. Okay, I got to scare you at your car. Maybe that's how I'll get a date with her. I'll scare her at her car. That's what I'll do. Oh yeah, that's good. Nothing gets you laid quicker than a scared woman. Fucking moron. All right, here we go. King of Wands. Let's pull on the King of Wands. I hate the King of Wands. I do. I live in a city full of them. We already had the King and Queen of Wands. We've had both. The universe gave it to us as the Queen of Wands in the pre-shuffle, I think, because for most of you, this is your run of soulmate. It's not. You know, there is a secondary energy where for a few of you watching, you got somebody at work that's really into you. If they go to the restroom a lot, I would think about that. Okay, I would consider what's going on in there. All right, the King of Wands. Let's see where we go here. What's crossing it? What did I just say? Rewind. Not about the restroom. I mean before that. I said they're scared. They put you on a pedestal. They're scared. The King of Wands is quaking in his boots. Four of Pentacles crossing that is the energy. Somebody here very, very, very nervous. They got to be real. Again, I stick to my analogy. They're keeping up some kind of fucking image, and it's just like, you know, Fonzie coming in. He's got to cry in front of you. The Fonz. You're the Fonz. You're supposed to be cool, right? You got to cry. You got to break down and cry. There's a lot of pain here. I'm not too far off, because they feel the Ten of Wands tells me how much they feel the love. I know they feel the love, and I know that they see you as their happiness. But it's all fairy tale right now. We need to transform the energy. Butterflies transformation. The energy is transformative, but it's up to your person to do it. And I got two Pentacles and seven Cups sandwiching the Wheel of Fortune that's trying to turn here. I've got somebody who's afraid. This is the card of the miser. They're fearful people. They're fear of lack. See, the thing is, you might say, well, they don't have me anyway. Well, they do. They got you in dreamland. As long as there's a chance, those dreams go well. They pick you up at their Ferrari and they have a good time and you guys have fun. But those dreams lose their luster if you tell them to fuck off. Okay? If you tell them to fuck off, those dreams lose their luster. All of a sudden, it's not as fun to dream about that Ferrari and picking you up. Because there's no hope in the real world. Right? There's no hope anyway with that 74 Pinto, but regardless of that, that's kind of what's going on here. This person, I said, I picked up an inferiority complex of some kind. Somebody keeping up an image. So the fear of lack is they're afraid of losing you. They're afraid if they approach, you'll say that's the excuse. If I approach, they might say no, and then it's over. Okay, all right, fine. I think we see a turnaround here. We're just here. You got to peel back the layers of the energy, all right? That's how you read energy. That's how I read people in person, without cards. I peel back the layers. I tell you all the time, people think I'm schizophrenic. I wear one of those snaggle tooths from my phone, Bluetooth as the kids would call it, from my phone, so it looks like I'm talking on the phone, when I'm really saying, why the fuck is this person acting like this? What the fuck is going on there? What is that? Now, I'm saying things like that. It looks like I'm on the phone, but really I'm talking about somebody I'm trying to read in the room. What's on top? Look at that. 10 of Wands came back. 10 Wands, it's a real, they're afraid of losing you. This person, I'm not shitting you. You can see the cards. All right, they put you on some kind of pedestal. It's real hard for them to keep up this image. All right, they want to give to this. They do. It's right there. This here is bookending the Knight of Swords. This is what's making them, I think this is you telling them to fuck off in part. I'll be curious to see what the final outcome here is. Why is the 10 of Wands here again? A card we're looking out for in June, right? Because I told you to. The Page of Pentacles. What did I just say? They're afraid to talk to you. They're nervous about every word they're going to say. Sometimes that's a spying card. And it is one of my bigger cards of spying. Usually it's looking at your picture and what? Daydreaming. What have I been talking about? There's that Ferrari dream again. There it is. But also, it's an energy of someone worried about every word they're going to say to you. Right? It's someone here, and that creates a burden. Because they want to talk to you. But if they talk to you, you might tell them to fuck off. So, and they're not sure that they can give to this. This is a King of Wands with an inferiority complex. If your person puts up an image, whoever this person is, they're full of shit. They don't even believe their own image. Their image is, like most people, is to mask some kind of insecurity. But some people are really good at believing their own shit. This person is either bad at it or has gotten bad at it because they can't maintain it anymore. All right, let's go. Six of Pentacles. Yep. Okay. Let's see what the witches have to say about this. Now, they know they want to give to this. All right, but there's a whole lot of restriction here. There's a whole lot of holding back, sort of a thing. This is what happens when you, and it might be an exaggeration, but it really isn't. I don't think it is. I was going to say this is what happens when you put someone on a pedestal. It is. They put you on some kind of pedestal. They got themselves psyched out about what happened here a little bit, or what might happen, and especially if it's that person at work. Why is the Six of Pentacles here? Why? Okay. Yeah. Strength. Fear. Again. You can actually see the fear on this card. It's got a black line that goes around the picture in the middle. That's fear. That's a fence of fear around this strength card here. They got to pull up their big boy, big girl pants. All right, there's an energy there that's helping them do that. There is. There's an energy around. This is the affecting energy. This is them wanting to give to it. This is why they're not. Okay? Or this is them wanting to ask you out. This is why they're not. There's an energy around them that is giving them the ability to put on their big boy, big girl pants. Okay, that's the affecting energy. They can do this. It's up to their free will. It's minor arcana. But the energy is major arcana here. That's right. What's on top? Let's see if they do. Are you ready? I don't know. Fear. The Four of Pentacles came back after all that shuffling. I love it when repeat cards come back so quickly. You can see, because this was crossing here, it's a repeating message. You got to learn to spot patterns. It's my superpower. I can spot patterns, Drives my wife crazy because I can notice if you moved one little thing in the room. I'll be like, did you move that? I said that the other day about the Roku box. She apparently moved it to whatever. She said, how the hell did you notice I moved that? Well, yeah, my superpower. It is what it is. But there's patterns. Patterns of your life, patterns in people. That's how you learn about people. You spot their patterns. And I have it here. Look, here's your pattern right here. I've got the Four of Cups was crossing here. It's now here. I got the Ten of Wands was crossing here. It's now here. See? The crossing cards just keep falling. It doesn't have to repeat any more than that to tell me, because this is our final outcome. It already repeated through the whole reading. So right there, it's fear. There's that wall of fear. The energy is there for them to pull up their big boy, big girl pants and do it. And the chicken. They're afraid of that loss. And again, I'm drawn to the loss. The universe wants me to notice this Four of Pentacles. And what I know about misers, I know a lot about misers. What I know is that they're afraid if they start spending their money, then they're going to spend it all. Not just a little. So they don't touch any of it. They might have $10 million stuffed in the walls of their house, but their house is a shack. It's a literal, you would think this person had nothing, right? Nothing. They'll drive a 74 Pinto with $10 million in the bank. Just because they don't want to, they're afraid if they start spending it, it's all going to go. It's some sort of psychological fear that they have within them. That being said, maybe a lot of them grew up poor, that's why. your person's afraid that if they ask you out and you say no, then it kills their dream more than anything else. It kills all the hope. I think, and I've said this about a lot of the signs, and I've said this about this connection in a lot of the all signs readings. I think regardless of what your person has told you, you're the reason they go on. You're the reason that it sounds crazy to say that you're the reason that they stay with who they got. But they stay with who they got because they're afraid to leave that person too. But they're afraid if you're gone, then they're stuck with that person. Then what do I do? It's similar to the rock bottom energy that I've been talking about for the month of June that I pulled the 3 card on just the other night. It's all playing out right here. Why is the 4 of Pentacles here? Star. Well, maybe they're afraid to get naked in front of you. I don't know. She naked. Yeah, but she looked pretty clean. I wouldn't be embarrassed about that. But either way, it's an energy this person has to learn. It's destiny. This is their lesson. This is their lesson. And what's funny is they're manifesting you. So what they keep doing is manifesting with all this dreaming, right? You remember the Ferrari? And this applies even if it's your person at work, your creepy person from the parking lot. Even if it's them. Whatever it is, they keep daydreaming, which is manifesting. Daydreaming is the best way of, if you're a terrible manifester, if you're, Steve, I have no ability to psychic this or whatever that, empath this, okay, fine. Just daydream. Because what it does is you're showing the universe through the daydreams what you want. You're playing it out. So you get little storylines in your daydreams, like episodes of a TV show. You get little storylines, and you let it play out. You go ahead, and what you're doing is you're showing the universe what you want to have happen. That's how I got my life. My whole life was most of the daydreams I had when I was a kid, and no, YouTube was not one of them. I'm just here to help. That being said, this person's daydreaming, and so they are manifesting this. So what's happening here, what the universe is saying with the star, is that they keep manifesting you two coming together. The universe facilitates, the energy is there. And I know it's there because you're watching tarot readings. The energy is there, okay? And then they blow it off because they chicken, because they're afraid. So it just keeps coming around. They can be afraid all they want. It's going to keep coming around. Now, there's no guarantee. So what's funny here is this is a self-fulfilling prophecy for this person. Because there's no guarantee that you're going to be around when they do finally grow a pair and come in. There's no guarantee of that. So in the end, net, they're losing you anyway. Their logic is flawed. They're losing you anyway. The miser is losing the money anyway. So they might as well spend it so they get something for it rather than just have it lit on fire by some kids playing a prank. You know, which is kind of coming into the cabinet, let's light $1 million on fire today. That kind of thing. That's what's happening. They're losing you anyway. And they're manifesting it in, and in the process, they're pissing the universe off. Because it doesn't like to keep bringing manifestations around and around and around. It doesn't like that any more than it likes being asked the same question over and over again. All right? It gets annoyed. That's why if you pull a tarot reading and you don't like what the tarot reading says and you just pull another one, you're going to start getting some pretty wonky answers. All right? The reading you got is the reading you got. If you interpreted it wrong, that's fine. But it is what it is. This is pretty tight. This is pretty clean here. If it's that person at work or somebody around you as a crush, I think for one or two of you watching, it's someone you think is a friend. Okay? It's someone you think is just a friend, and they never told you how they felt. And they got much deeper feelings than that. And they keep manifesting you two come together. They keep chickening out. I'm not saying that's for all of you. You know, most of you, this is your runner soulmate, but for a couple of you out there, that's what this is. And it just keeps coming around and around and around. They put you on some kind of pedestal. They absolutely have. Maybe they've seen you naked. I don't know. Maybe they peep you. I have no idea. It's possible. That energy's around that, actually, when I look at that girl right there with who I'm peeping right now. Why is the 3 of Swords here? Whatever the case, they might. That's the now or never moment. When friends get desperate, people who are their now or never moment will make people, even someone you trust completely, do the darndest things. Usually starts with peeping. And then it'll go into kind of getting you drunk and making a move, kind of a thing like that, sort of things. But it's usually, but peeping is usually the gateway drug on those types of things. That because you trust them, and you'll do whatever, you know, pee with the door open or something. I don't know, whatever. It is what it is. That's just for a few of you. Most of you, this is just your runner soulmate who's put you on a pedestal. They've got some kind of false ego, and it's weighing on them. It's about to snap. I think they're about to come in. This Three of Swords is the main card. This and the Five of Cups, but this is the main card that ends the separation phase. All right, let's find out, because they're of two minds. They're in and out. It's wishy-washy over here. All right, they're nervous to talk to you. The energy's there for it, though. The wheel is turning. It's coming around again. The opening is there. It's time for them to dive for it. I'm shuffling. I've been shuffling the whole time. All right, let's see here. Tell me about the Three of Swords. What's the final on this? Ah, you son of a bitch. It's the Five of Swords. It's not as bad as you think. The affecting energy is one of a compromise. Okay? It's a short-term victory. So it is victory. It is an energy of victory. I see that because it kind of is feedbacking off the Chariot, which is a card of victory. And because they're in and out, it's a short-term victory. In other words, I think what's going to happen here is there might be communication, but it might be disappointing communication to you. Okay? It could be. It could be smaller than you thought it'd be. It's going to be less than how they feel, because they can't get past this King of Wands. Fonzie not going to cry in front of you. He won't do it. He might do he won't do a thumbs up, but he might do kind of a side thumb, like that kind of a thing. I don't know. What's on top? Three of Cups. That's a reunion. There's a reunion coming. There is. But be warned. It's a Five of Swords. It's in the energy of Five Swords. So it's short-term victory. It's short-sighted. It's a compromise. I read it as a compromise. Somebody is, they're not willing to, they're the Burger King. They got to have it their way. They're not willing to let their image go completely, but they will take down the wall a little bit. It's not quite Six of Pentacles, equal give and take, because they're afraid. So, but they're more afraid of losing you. All right. So they're going to do something, but they're not going to do so much that they lose you. It's very confusing energy, but you kind of can follow where I'm at, right? It's like someone who does just enough to kind of keep you hanging. It's like somebody who shows up at your house and goes, I love you, I want to marry you one day, but right now, I got to go off and do this. So wait for me for a little bit. And you're like, okay, foolishly. You're like, okay, I'll wait. Okay. And then they go off, and then what? You know, it's like that. And then that makes them feel better. They put a placeholder on you. That makes them in some way, in some form or fashion. They put a placeholder on you. That's the energy that's here. It's a placeholder. All right, there is a reunion coming. This is communication. Why is the Three of Cups here? Ah, Lordy. It's the World, and it wanted to come out with the High Priestess. It's exactly what I just said. It's literally exactly what I just said. A lot that they're holding back. The High Priestess keeps secrets. All right. So there's a whole new cycle. It's a placeholder. It's a fucking placeholder. It's exactly what I told you. They come over. If it's that person at work, they come over and just start talking to you or asking you something. Ask you to watch their hamster while they go away for a weekend. Just something to keep you there. It's just they'll leave something on your desk at work, and then you have an excuse to go over and talk to you. You know, did I leave my stapler here? I'm looking for my stapler. I think I left it on your desk. It's just an excuse to crawl up under your desk and look up your skirt or something. I mean, it really is. It's a short-term victory. It's a placeholder of some kind. The world, the cycle is there. The cycle is turning. The world is there. We've got a reunion, but the High Priestess here tells me it's sort of, there's a lot of secrets here. There's a lot that's not being said, all right? A lot that's being held back. It's a complex reading, but I'm reading for a diverse group of you here, and I like to make these thank you readings something a little different, something a little special. That said, I would say communication's coming, but this person isn't letting go of their persona fully on it. It does feel a bit placeholdery to me, so that they can keep that hope alive and maybe work things out on their side while you hang on just a little bit longer. My advice to you is to not do that. I'm pulling 3 cards right now. 3 cards and a bottom card. The advice from the universe, okay, for you. But I'm going to tell you based on the energy here, and if the universe corrects me, that's fine. My advice to you is just let the energy flow. Let this person do what they're going to do. You keep being you. It's dangerous to put people on a pedestal. All right, and it's not healthy for a relationship. This person's so nervous. There's so many nerves here to talk to you. So much fear. It's all over the place. There's an energy. I saw it with the strength card. There's an energy that's given them the ability to pull up their big boy, big girl pants and get it together. And I think that's what they do here. But they only take it to a point. Yet at the same time, they're manifesting this by doing all this daydreaming, which they're doing. They manifesting this. What's the advice for the viewer here, universe? What's the advice for the viewer? Let's find out. Let's see. Well, the bottom card that will be crossing the center card of the three I'm going to pull is the sun. So it can't be that bad. It can't be that bad. Oh, yeah, and crossing the sun is the Queen of Swords. So the affecting energy in the advice to you, regardless of what three I pull here, the affecting energy, the energy around you, that you should, the air you're breathing, the energetic air that you're breathing, and you should make damn sure you smell it. Because it's saying, worry about your happiness. Alright? This son of a bitch has a lesson to learn, whoever this is. Even if it's someone at work who's just too nervous to ask you out. I got a little sympathy for people like that, but not too much. Okay? You got to be a go-getter. If you want something, you got to go get it. You got to at least try. Who cares if somebody says no? Who gives a shit? Worry about your own. This is cold detachment. I would detach from this. All right? Your happiness is within you. All right? It's up to you. That's the only thing you can control. If you worry about this person, my God, you'll pull your hair out. You'll be going batshit crazy worrying about this person. Wow, look at that. 4 of Pentacles, fear. 6 of Swords, that's fitting for what I just told you. All right? And what's this right here? Death. Listen, the message from the universe to you, all of my donors, extended purchasers, and subscribers now I'm adding into the mix. The message here for you is very, very clear. It's an old song from Blue Oyster Cult. Don't fear the Reaper, right? Y'all probably have heard, most people have heard that song. It's been on the radio forever. Don't fear the Reaper. Well, I'll explain it to you. Don't fear change. Don't fear whether this person comes in or not. Don't fear. You're responsible for your own happiness. Okay, you're fine. You can make your own happiness. You're perfectly fine. The Queen of Swords. Look at the Queen of Swords cuts things out of their life that no longer suit them. She's the Queen of truth, right? Just use the sword. Make sure if somebody is unsure how they feel about you, well, that's their problem. That's on them. This person's pretty sure how they feel about you. I think they're more unsure about how they feel about themselves. That's on them. It's not up to you to give this person confidence. The only way this person comes out of this with any kind of real confidence and ability to do things is if they put down this King of Wands behavior, right? It's all ego and pride. You got to live a little bit more from the soul. And I can see that kind of happening a little bit in their approach here, but it's a little Five of Swords. It's a little self-sabotaging in what they're doing because they're holding back a lot. They're keeping, holding back because you're afraid that if you let go of everything, you might lose the person is not an excuse for holding back. In other words, don't hold back because you're afraid you might lose. Give it everything you got. I mean, why not take their shot? And at least if they lose, so what? On your side, you've got a lot of changes coming. The energy is transformative around you as well. It's important that you flow with that energy. Make sure you don't let anything hold you back. This four of Pentacles, which is also fear, because you're moving on to calmer waters. It's all up to you whether you do or don't. This Sun card here is very telling because there's another energy here which I'll show you as a third energy. It's judgment, and it really is. It's judgment, and that's what you're going to be doing. After judgment comes the world. Okay? If you don't pass judgment, you get kicked back to the Fool on the same level you've been on, having to repeat the same lessons. If you do pass judgment, you go to the world. Alright? And then you get a new cycle. You get kicked up to a new level and begin from the Fool on a higher plane. My point in telling you this is you have all the power here. Okay? You're the one that's on the pedestal. The world is here. It's over here. Off of our final outcome, off this Three of Swords. It's up to you. You got the judgment card right here. You're basically the judgment at this point. You know, you decide if this person comes in and they're keeping too many secrets from you, kick them to the curb. They'll learn their lessons. It is what it is. You shouldn't be afraid to do that. You don't have to worry about this person or, you know, their hang-ups or any of that shit. It's fine. It's on them. They need to work that out. As to whether or not they will, I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out more about that death card for you while we're here. That's the energy transforming around you. Don't be afraid of it. Don't fear the Reaper. It's good. You're all right. You're fine. You're moving on to calmer waters. Little rainbow here. But it's minor arcana. It's up to you. And having that fear and holding back is up to you. Don't do it. The energy around you, this is a nice energy around you. I know it says death. And I know on TV they use this as some sort of bad omen. But it's not. It's transformational energy. It's terrific. Especially in the context that's falling in here. Why is the death card here? Tell me about it. Tell me a little bit more. It's crossed by the star. Holy shit. Listen, you got your own destiny and they got their destiny. It's not necessarily, whatever road they choose, it's fine. You need to choose your own road. The universe is telling you, be your own person here. Alright? Don't worry about what road they choose. Worry about your road. Alright? Worry about the lessons that you've learned. Just keep flowing with the energy around you. You'll do just fine. You're going to be just fine. Oh, look at that. A devil. Why is the devil here? Hold on. And the Knight of Wands. We're sort of moving on. You got to take chances. The devil is here. The devil falls on top of the death card. Okay? The devil is a toxic energy that happens. That's what's dying. The toxic energy around you. The staled energy around you. On the other side of the death card is rebirth. And it's right here. It's the Knight of Wands. Someone who takes brave, impulsive actions forward. Why is that smart? Why does that make sense? I mean, well, it's smart because it is. It's a good way to flow with the energy as long as you use your head to make sure you're not doing something stupid. But it's brave, impulsive action forward. It's the opposite of this. If you sit in this, where this person is, and fear and all that kind of stuff, that's what the devil does. The devil is what's been generating a lot of that in you. It's what's been keeping a lot of you in choppy water. You know, you've been in your head of worrying about what this person's going to do. Listen, if I were you, I wouldn't. You're the star here. Big time. This person is, I said you're the star here. Here you are. This person has you on a pedestal. That being said, you're in all control here. You have all the control over what happens here, whether you keep them or not. It's up to them how they come in and approach you. That's your reading here. It's a very scattered energy because your person's very scattered. You know, okay, your person is all over the fucking place. They're in, they're out with fear and whatever. All of it for them adds up to a big tower. The universe is basically saying, don't let that happen to you. You know, go down your own, follow your own energy. Follow your own nose. It'll always lead you to Fruit Loops. That kind of thing. This person's just a Fruit Loop. Let me tell you. They kind of are. That being said, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. It's a thank you reading. It's free. So, you know, if you don't like it, that's fine. It's not like you paid for it. Anyway, I do appreciate anybody that's giving me a nickel for anything I do around here. It's pretty tricky to navigate these energies. Keep in mind also, all of my readings tie together. So I'm here studying a cycle, so they kind of flow together a little bit, and I refer back to certain things. A lot of times I refer back to the Cure for Cancer readings and things like that, because that's me looking at the cycle more than anything else. We just call it Cure for Cancer, because there's more Cancerians in this cycle than anyone else. But they're the hot spot of the connection cycle, so to speak. That being said, I often refer back to that. It gives me a baseline to work with the energies. This is a one-off. I mean, it's not really, I mean, it's part of the soulmate cycle, but it's really talking about a specific sort of energy of someone who really, 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 really has done a huge disservice to themselves by manifesting you and then blowing you off continually. I mean, it's unreal. Anyway, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right. There you go. Good luck.